And that is why this victory feels bigger than a semifinal. Much bigger. Because the scoreline tells you who won. The journey tells you why it matters. For months, Alex Eala's season has been a study in adaptation. There were moments when the results looked promising, moments when the confidence appeared to be building, and moments when everything seemed to come crashing down without warning. The clay season was full of questions. The grass season is starting to provide answers. What happened in Birmingham was not simply another win added to the record. It was evidence. Evidence that the work is working. Evidence that the adjustments are taking hold. Evidence that a young player who has spent years hearing about her potential is beginning to turn that potential into consistency. And consistency is what separates contenders from champions. Think about the challenge Rebeka Masarova presented. A powerful server, a dangerous grass court opponent, a player capable of ending points quickly and taking rhythm away from anyone across the net. 11 aces, dozens of free points. The kind of serving performance that usually decides matches on grass. Yet somehow, despite all of that firepower, it was Eala who controlled the match. Not because she served bigger, not because she hit harder, because she played smarter. Every time Masarova tried to accelerate the match, Eala found a way to slow it down. Every time the Swiss player created pressure, Eala found a response. Every time momentum threatened to shift, Eala refused to surrender it completely. That resilience is becoming her trademark. The rain delay could have changed everything. Anyone who follows tennis understands how dangerous overnight suspensions can be. A player sleeps on a lead. Doubt creeps in. Momentum disappears. A fresh start arrives the next morning. Entire matches have been lost that way. But Eala treated Sunday morning like the continuation of a job already in progress. No drama. No nerves. No hesitation. She walked onto court, finished the hold, created one more opportunity, converted one final break. Match over. Business completed. That level of emotional control is rare, especially for a player still only 21 years old. Now comes the part that should have the rest of the draw paying attention. Because Birmingham is no longer just about Birmingham. Every point from this week is building towards something larger. Wimbledon. The tournament every player dreams about. The stage where careers can change forever in 2 weeks. The surface that rewards confidence. And right now, confidence might be Eala's most dangerous weapon. Her movement looks natural. Her shot selection looks clear. Her body language looks strong. Most importantly, her belief looks real. Not forced. Not borrowed. Not manufactured by hype. Real belief built through victories. Built through difficult matches. Built through surviving adversity. Built through proving to herself that she belongs. The rankings tell one story. The eye test tells another. And right now, both stories are pointing in the same direction. Alex Eala is playing some of the best tennis of her career. The Birmingham final now awaits. One more match. One more opportunity. One more chance to lift the biggest trophy of her professional career. Across the net will stand another opponent with her own ambitions, her own dreams, her own reasons for believing. But whoever that opponent is will face a player carrying more than momentum. She will face a player carrying conviction. A player whose second serve has transformed from weakness to weapon. A player whose confidence grows with every match. A player who has spent months rebuilding her game piece by piece and is now seeing the results arrive at exactly the right time. And perhaps that is the most exciting part of all. Because regardless of what happens in the final, Birmingham has already delivered a message to the tennis world. The grass court season has a new contender. The Wimbledon field has a new threat. And her name is Alex Eala. The journey from Mallorca to Birmingham. From clay court frustration to grass court confidence. From early exits to championship matches. From potential to proof. It has all led here. One match remains. One trophy remains. And for the first time all season, it feels like everything is coming together. The final awaits. The moment awaits. And Alex Eala is ready, and that is where the story becomes truly fascinating. Because championships are rarely won by perfection. They are won by pressure. Pressure applied relentlessly. Pressure applied repeatedly. Pressure applied until the opponent finally cracks. That is exactly what Alex Eala did against Rebeka Masarova. Yes, the breakpoint conversion rate sits at 31%. For conversions from 13 opportunities. On paper, some analysts will immediately point to the missed chances. They will see the 9 breakpoints that slipped away. They will ask whether the efficiency should have been higher. But tennis matches are not spreadsheets. They are psychological battles. And the hidden story inside those 13 breakpoints is simple. Masarova never escaped. Every service game felt dangerous. Every service game carried tension. Every service game demanded survival. The scoreboard only records 4 successful breaks. The pressure tells a much bigger story. Because every time Eala forced deuce, every time she earned another breakpoint, every time she extended another return game, she was planting doubt. And doubt is one of the most powerful weapons in professional tennis. By the final set, that pressure had accumulated. The Swiss server, who had blasted ace after ace throughout the week, was no longer playing freely. She was looking over her shoulder. She was defending. She was reacting. And Eala was dictating. That is why the final score matters less than the process that produced it. The process is what travels. The process is what survives. The process is what wins tournaments. Now the stage is set. One match remains. One trophy remains. One opportunity remains. The Birmingham Open Final. The championship match. The moment every player entering the draw imagined when the week began. For Alex Eala, this is about more than lifting a trophy. It is about validation. It is about confirmation. It is about proving that the improvements made over the past 2 months are not temporary. That they are real, permanent, repeatable. The Guadalajara title introduced her to a wider tennis audience. Birmingham can establish her as a genuine force heading into Wimbledon. That distinction matters. The first title creates excitement. The second title creates belief. The first title announces your arrival. The second title suggests you are here to stay. And right now, Eala stands one victory away from making that statement to the entire tennis world. What makes this run especially impressive is the timing. Think back to where this journey seemed headed only weeks ago. The difficult clay court losses, the frustrating exits, the questions surrounding consistency, the uncertainty surrounding her ranking, the doubts surrounding her ability to transition quickly from clay to grass. Those questions have not simply been answered. They have been overwhelmed. Every round in Birmingham has added another piece of evidence. The dominant opening performance, the comeback victory under pressure, the clinical quarterfinal, the weather-interrupted semi-final that required emotional discipline across 2 separate days. Different challenges, different opponents, different circumstances. Same outcome. Alex Eala found a way. That pattern is not accidental. That pattern is championship behavior. And now comes the final examination, because finals operate under different laws. The statistics reset. Momentum becomes fragile. Nerves become louder. Opportunities become rarer. The trophy sits within sight. And suddenly, every point feels heavier than the one before. Some players shrink in those moments. Others discover another level. The encouraging sign for Eala supporters is that she has already shown evidence of being the second type. Throughout this Birmingham run, the pressure moments have often produced her best tennis. When opponents pushed, she responded. When momentum shifted, she adjusted. When adversity arrived, she remained calm. Those are not guarantees. Nothing is guaranteed in a final, but they are indicators, strong indicators. And they suggest that Eala will walk onto center court believing she belongs exactly where she is. Not hoping, believing. That belief can change everything. Beyond Birmingham, the Wimbledon implications continue to grow. Every additional grass court match strengthens her understanding of the surface. Every additional victory strengthens her confidence. Every additional ranking point strengthens her position in the draw. The benefits extend far beyond a single Sunday afternoon. This tournament is becoming a launch platform, a foundation, a bridge connecting the lessons of the clay season to the possibilities waiting on the lawns of the All England Club. And perhaps that is the most exciting development of all. Because Birmingham has revealed something important. Alex Eala is no longer merely surviving difficult moments. She is learning how to control them. She is no longer reacting to pressure. She is creating it. She is no longer chasing confidence. She is carrying it onto the court with her. Tomorrow, a trophy awaits. Tomorrow, another test arrives. Tomorrow, the biggest grass court match of her professional career begins. And when Alex Eala walks onto center court, she will do so carrying more than a racket. She will carry momentum. She will carry belief. She will carry the lessons of every difficult match that brought her here. And she will carry the opportunity to transform an outstanding week into a career-defining one. One match, one trophy, one final step. The Birmingham story is not finished yet. The biggest chapter is still waiting to be written. Tomorrow she plays for the trophy. Tomorrow she plays for the title. Tomorrow she plays for the opportunity to turn one remarkable week into a defining moment of her young career. The scoreboard from the semi-final will remain forever. 6-2, 4-6, 6-3. A match stretched across 2 days. Interrupted by rain. Suspended by circumstance. Finished by determination. But the score is only part of the story. The real story is the evolution. The real story is the growth. The real story is how Alexandra Eala arrived at this moment. 2 years ago, Birmingham was not a destination. It was a dream. In June 2024, Eala was still climbing, still learning, still discovering what level her game could eventually reach. Grass courts were unfamiliar territory. Professional expectations were still forming. The idea of arriving at one of Britain's most historic tennis venues as the tournament's top seed would have sounded ambitious, maybe even unrealistic. Yet here she stands, world number 37, a Wimbledon main draw player, a WTA title holder, a finalist once again, one victory away from adding her name to a trophy that has been lifted by some of the greatest champions of the modern era. That transformation did not happen overnight. It happened through thousands of practice hours, through victories that built confidence, through defeats that built resilience, through constant adaptation, through a willingness to keep improving when improvement was difficult. And perhaps nowhere is that transformation more visible than in the statistic that defined this semifinal. 82%. Not first serve, second serve. 82% of second serve points won against one of the most powerful servers remaining in the draw. A number that would have seemed impossible during parts of the clay season. A number that reflects months of adjustment, months of technical refinement, months of trust in the process. The shot that once created uncertainty has become a source of strength. The vulnerability has become a weapon. The weakness has become an advantage. That is what development looks like. Not perfection. Progress. And the progress is becoming impossible to ignore. Because this Birmingham run is not happening in isolation. Every match is building towards something larger. Every point is preparing her for something bigger. Every challenge is helping shape what comes next. And what comes next is Wimbledon. The All-England Club. The Cathedral of Tennis. The tournament every player dreams about from the moment they first pick up a racket. Only 18 days remain before the gates open. Only 18 days remain before the world's attention shifts to the most famous grass courts in sports. And when Alexandra Eala arrives there, she will not arrive searching for confidence. She will arrive carrying it. She will arrive with match victories. She will arrive with momentum. She will arrive knowing that she has already proven herself against quality opposition on the surface. That confidence cannot be manufactured. It must be earned. And she has earned it. But before Wimbledon comes tomorrow, before the rankings, before the projections, before the predictions, there is one final obstacle, one final opponent, one final match, the Birmingham Championship match. The opportunity to lift one of the most prestigious trophies of her career. The opportunity to add another milestone to a journey that is accelerating with every passing month. The opportunity to complete a transformation that began in uncertainty and has arrived at possibility. The history of the Birmingham Open is filled with champions, players who went on to become world number ones, Players who lifted Grand Slam trophies. Players who defined generations. Tomorrow, Alexandra Eala has the chance to place her name alongside theirs. Not because of potential, not because of promise, because of performance, because of results, because she earned the right to play for it. The court will be ready. The grass will be waiting. The crowd will take their seats. The pressure will arrive. And when the first ball is struck, none of the statistics will matter anymore. Not the rankings, not the predictions, not the percentages. Only tennis, only competition, only the pursuit of a championship. One match, one trophy, one opportunity. The semi-final is complete. The final is set. The Birmingham title is one victory away. And Alexandra Eala stands on the doorstep of something special. Tomorrow the story continues. Tomorrow the championship is decided. Tomorrow a trophy waits to discover its owner. And tomorrow, Alexandra Eala walks onto center court with history within reach.